Hi guys, we're going to be covering the case of Najah Ferrell. Here's some more here's some more details. Najah Ferrell never showed up to her new job orientation in March of 2019. A month later, her foot was found in a retention pond 150 miles away, and I'll be looking to see what happened to her. Um, she was a mom. This is out of Indianapolis, I believe. Let me just see. Yeah, Indianapolis. She was going to work for her early morning shift, or she would have been. Now, her sister did say that the footgear that she would wear to her job at Panera Bread wasn't was still in the closet. It was like girlfriend hadn't put it on yet. But she was supposed to leave for an early morning shift to work there at Panera, like I said, which is in the northwest side of Indianapolis. And after making it to work, apparently her car was found. Well, I don't know if she made it to work, but anyway, her car was found in a shopping center less than a mile away. Um, I guess, and a month later, fishermen at Crown Point, Indiana, found her severed foot with the tattoo. She was in a long term relationship and had been engaged to be married, but no date had been set. She enjoyed spending time with her children as well as nieces and nephews. Sorry. And always had apparently a group of kids with her. Very magnetic that way. She was happiest spending time with the kids. And it was no surprise to her family when she decided to become also a foster parent to three additional children to her sons because she wanted to give back. There had and be there for children that didn't have anyone else. The day that she went missing, she had been a stay-at-home mom for when her kids were young, but had recently taken the job at Panera Bread to offer a little bit of extra income and uh, was scheduled around the kids' school times. So her new job required her to be there at 5 a.m., like I said, and on the day that she went missing, it would have only been her third day of orientation, and she never showed up. And like I said, it's kind of confusing from details, but her car was found about, I'm guessing that this was maybe away from her home or in a shopping center less than a mile away, maybe from the work area. Um, okay, so she was last seen at her home near County Road 100 South and Dan Jones Road in Avon, Indiana during the early hours, March 15th, 2019. And like I said, she was supposed to go for that orientation at Panera Bread, and she never made it to that. She also did not make it to pick up her children after school, which was just not her. Um, so this sent off alarm bells. Immediate red flag because she is dependable and um, would never miss picking up her kids, as I said. And they attempted to contact her, but they got no answer. So they called police and they, were notified and began investigating. And they learned that she was a Hendricks resident. Okay, so they transferred it to the Avon police. Okay, da da da. Okay, so there were ground searches and all kinds apparently looking for her, but it wasn't until April 2019 that, unfortunately, or fortunately, the case may be, that her foot only was found in a retention. And now the reason why feet come up a lot, and we get them where I'm at the coast, is because they float. And especially if a body has been in water, it breaks down. So often these are the last bits of the body that may not may have yet be discovered, and that's why they float and you hear of these instances. All right, so checking on her birth date, she was, I believe, October 14th, and that would make her I think, a Libra. So I would suspect that I would get like a Queen of Swords for her, possibly, but not always. So let's just see what we get for her and see what the cards want to say with regard to her case being solved and who did it. All right. So firstly, I'm going to look at who did this to Najah. This beautiful mother with a big heart for children. Who is responsible for her passing? I'm asking my higher self and my guides to assist me to read accurately and clearly. Who is responsible for her passing? Well, I'm getting somebody that's wanting to control her and oppress her. They want to be the one that calls the shots. To me, this is probably a male figure, to be honest, that wanted to, I think, keep control of her. And we're getting the Eight of Wands. I'm feeling like anger with that, fiery Eight of Wands, and activity. And this person could have addiction problems, potentially with also the devil. Not to say that Najah did, but I'm looking at the person that's responsible. They just look like a totally toxic person. And when I get the devil showing up for somebody, I don't think maybe she had a great picker when it came to boyfriends. We have the home life being highlighted here, their home, their residence. Um, I'm feeling like this could be the fiance, to be honest. And we have the man, the masculine figure she was supposed to get married to. Um, I wonder, had her fiance fathered children um, elsewhere? I'm just curious because usually the emperor has. But we're getting a male figure and we're getting the home environment. I think she was killed within possibly uh, where she was living, whether that's, I don't know whether it was a home or a flat, like an apartment or whatever. But I'm feeling like with these two cards, I'm getting a toxic male that she was in a relationship with that might have been a father figure to children with her, um, stepfather, father, uh, could be the fiance, allegedly. Um, we're getting that energy. Father, stepfather, and we're getting a control freak, somebody that's a sadistic streak, gets off on humiliation. In all likelihood, I think he was. We have a toxic relationship going on there. We have the Queen of Wands. This could be her. And we have a woman that wants to be financially independent. And this feminine energy, if it isn't Najah, could be somebody that she was friends with or thought well of and would have admired, but somebody that was feminine energy here that's financially independent and has her own money. I think that with the fact that this was her job, now that she had started after being at home with the children, her wanting to have some money, this tells me I think this is her, even though she may not have been a giant financially. I think this is her desire to be independent and build up her income in all likelihood. Or it could have been alternatively somebody that she was close to that was independently well off doing their own thing. We're getting more about family and money again, inheritance. Was there any kind of like, did he take out a policy on her? Um, because I'm getting the Ten of Cups, and this could be either peace that will come for the family, peace of mind, and answers. Uh, there's something, though, financial that's happening and was part of also, I think, what was going on in her life where her mind was at. And maybe she just wanted to have peace of mind for the kids and her family and to have and build up income to look after family. I'm getting a page of pentacles. This could be the children or one of the children she was supposed to foster. There were apparently, what, three? Oh, wow. Here we have three in this small group. Also, this can be at work, working with small groups of people. This could be highlighting her going to work that day. Also, the children and finances. All of these things can be part of the picture we're getting touched on. There's identification, somebody that likes attention, we're getting that. She's very happy about this. Okay. There's somebody that betrayed her with the Three of Swords. Was he seeing someone also behind her back, potentially? Not just by if this was somebody that she was with and in a relationship with, them betraying her by taking her life. Um, it could also indicate that they also were running around behind her back. This is like somebody that's putting on the picture of the United Family Front, but when you get that three, it sours it. The Three of Swords really sours that Ten of Cups. So there's some heartbreak here in her family life, the greater family. I think clearly she wanted to have a big family. And I think she thought that that was what her and this man were going to do. I'm sorry, but I gotta say, I think it's the man that she was involved with. This is looking forward and waiting, develop, starting to get active, putting things in place to grow. Like the job and the third day, I keep getting three. And she had the third day of training. It keeps coming up, this number, and the three kids. Um, we have the Fool, not realizing you're in danger sometimes as well. Yeah, kind of oblivious. And there is something here with also law and something new coming. Or did they just say that she wandered off? Let me just pull a few more cards. But there's some secrets here that have yet to be brought out. Now, I saw a very quick clip of her sister on TikTok, and that's where the information about the shoes that she would wear to work, type of footwear, were still there. And her sister was saying there was a lot of information that was not correct and didn't sound like she was real thrilled with the police work. So this makes me think maybe that's the stuff that the sister was saying, that there's things that uh, greater information that has yet to come out about this. And that usually is the case with these disappearances. It could also be, was there hidden violence going on sometimes with this man? You know, I'm getting having to really push authorities and maybe even getting like spiritual pastors and people like that involved, her family. I don't know if they'll be doing that, but like getting religious leaders maybe might help to push and to push to educate people about her case. Um, there could be some help coming in. There could still be someone that decides to help with some information that they know about the, and there could be, maybe these were arguments about finances and problems going on in the home. I don't know. But you see that somebody's needing money and her, this new job and everything. There's the son. All right. There's something that's going to come out. This has to do again with it. This could be financial juggling, financial issues. Um, this is somebody that's trying to maybe do most of the effort to make sure that there is money. Also, a rocky relationship could be highlighted here with these cards. A lot of emotional ups and downs, moodiness. Maybe this individual that's responsible is moody and can switch, teeter totters with the emotions, instability, and instability financially with them as well. I'm thinking part of the issue too was this man's instability with work. Um, and often, even with one person in working, if he was, I don't know, um, often nowadays takes two incomes um, to raise a family, especially if you're going to have more people coming in. Um, I'm getting judgment. Somebody being held to account and an awakening, realization, greater, like eye opening awakening that's yet to come. And it does have to do with, I think, I do. I think it's allegedly um, the fiance, because here we have the water. This is mourning or grieving. I think, well, let's just see. Will this case be solved? Will they be able to not form, but formally declare who is responsible for her disappearance and obvious murder with she didn't put herself in that lake, that retention pond, not a lake, a retention pond, pardon me, at Crown Point. So is she going to have official legal help to hold the man responsible that looks to be the one that she was with? What will happen with this? What will happen with her case? Will they be able to bring him to justice? Again, Ace of Wands. This could be activity that could start again at another point. But we do have accompanying it the card of somebody's got to make the choice. And I'm sure it's not easy to push law enforcement to be more active. But it looks like that's what it's going to take. People are going to have to put pressure. Then we get the sun. And we get the cruelty card. We get the bully card. There's clear, I think it comes when I think it comes down to issues perhaps with law enforcement, not being so keen to, I hate to say that, but it might be that this is not a priority. But I also feel that this is something coming out also about the abuse. Uh, I think this man was at the very least verbally abusive because this is somebody that loves to control, and he did not get the devil card for no reason. He probably would have a reputation for this. People would know this about him. I think people know. They just can't prove it. But there is hope with the star that someone's going to help. A tip, giving perhaps the missing bits of information that could lock it up and make law enforcement have to take action, because they have to investigate tips and things that they're given. We have a card of restraint here, and it's paired with the Ten of Cups. Maybe he did this because he doesn't really want to have extra big family. Maybe he felt that was too much on him. Even if he tried to say that he wanted to, it looks to me like there's some real like, nope, not happening. That's not happening. That's going to be prevented. I'm getting the King of Cups, and he's responsible. I wonder, does this man tend to indulge? Because I think he has a tendency to do so quite a bit. Um, I wonder where her kids are now. I'm seeing there's a male that's involved that put her in that water. I don't think that he really wanted the extra responsibility because he looked to, when you get the card of the devil likes to have time for their vice. They don't like to have responsibility. They're like Donald Trump. They like to, have everything be about them and their passion, their pleasures. Um, so I do get this could be solved. It's going to require someone that can come forward with the information. And it looks like it's possible that they will. Yet, let's just ask one more time. Is someone going to come forward in Najah's case to help bring justice to the man responsible for her passing? And I allege this to be the man that she was in a relationship with at the time of her passing. Is there someone else that is going to help and bring a tip that breaks open the case so they can arrest him, or what? Someone going to come forward? You get a Queen of Pentacles and a King of Swords. So I'm getting a man and a woman, adults. This could be extended family, or even friends, that are like family. I'm feeling like it's part of the circle of people that know her and him. I get a third woman here. They might come to a family member, or information may get passed through. I feel like there's three people talking about it. And that picks up. That's picking up that energy. Very compassionate woman might overhear it. It could be that there's three people of a particular family that are talking about this instance. Maybe they are the extended family of, it could be her. I don't think, I'm going to say it's probably the person responsible for her death, which I feel is the man that she was with, according to these cards, at the time of her passing. This could, looks like to me like there's a female that's very compassionate that could hear these people talking or discussing it. And I'm feeling like this Queen of Wands might call up and say, I heard people discussing. And I don't know, this could be the man that's also how he's acting, of a bit of a fool trying to play like get away, start a new life. You know, this could also be someone that's reopens, reactivates, starts afresh. I'm hoping with her case, maybe throws new eyes on it. It's going to be slow, I think, to get going, but I think that they need, that's why I'm getting the feeling like they're going to really, really, really push. But I do think that there's going to be some kind of tip or help here, that they need to look over details of. There's there's physical as evidence as well, like the shoes, and I think other things too, that would look suspicious and probably point them in the direction of the man that she was intimate with, um, having a relationship with at the time of her passing. A lot of this deals with money and freedom, and I don't think that this man was terribly happy about it. I think we had arguing going on. I don't think he was thrilled with her doing this. I do think that hard work will come back onto this case, maybe down the road. It it could be another year or two, um, until someone feels safe or they overhear the conversation. I'm just really picking up, I think it's someone that might overhear conversation of a small group of people and share it with authorities to be investigated. So I'll just ask one more time on Najah. Will her case be likely to be solved and have the guilty person be brought to justice? Well, this is a yes card. And there is a tremendous amount of emotion, understandable, behind all of this. I mean, this is what a thing to do to someone. I just don't get it. Break up with them. You don't need to kill people. You get mad, walk away, go cool off. And we get the Queen of Wands. Maybe this is Nasha. This would be a very charming, and she was described as bubbly, uh, warm, charismatic kind of a person. And it sounds like she had that capacity, especially with children, real warmth. And this is peace and her resting in peace. So I think her family needs to know that she is at peace. Um, they can't rob her of that. But this could also be that it will come, two fours, a difficult aspect to feel also. Okay, she's acknowledging, I think, too, her family's issue, in finding complete peace. There might be some of that for her. And it almost feels like, nah, I'm not real thrilled with how things are. And I think that's why she might push for someone to help her in this world get her case resolved, that would phone in the sensitive female, the Queen of Cups. Yeah, we get wanting to hold someone responsible. And, I'm also getting the message of no matter what happens here on Earth, you know, this guy is going to know whoever did this, and I think it's the man she was with, um, he's going to feel everything and all the pain everyone felt as a result of what was done to her. Mm, it might be hard to hold him to account here in, legal ways. It looks like he wants to walk away from accountability. And I'm not getting, it just doesn't feel as strong as it should. So I sadly do not know how likely it actually would be for him to be put away. But I do think, well, wait a minute. King of Swords, that could be action. This could be they're looking for him in another place. Did he leave? Here's my question. Did her former fiance, whatever he is now, um, did he leave the environment? Because if he did, this could be they will go after him wherever he's moved to. Thinking he may have wanted to leave, he may not have been happy to be there. I'm wondering now. This to me is law enforcement taking action, and it makes me wonder if he left the area because he's scared of being held to account, is getting too close, or scared of it ever getting too close. I bet you that man has left the area. I don't know what his name is or anything about him like that, but I could see them going to find him, looking to locate him. I'm kind of getting a mixed batch of feelings here because it's really rocky. And it showed that with also the Two of Pentacles. This is a very up and down situation. I think this could be closed. I think it could be um, uh, solved. Come on. Let's push people to solve this case. Is it likely to be solved in truth? Will the police get it together? Is there going to be somebody better that comes along maybe in a year or more and takes another look at her case and takes action? Is that going to happen? Will she have someone take action for her with law enforcement? It's really hard going to get these people, I think, to make this happen. Yeah, it's like pulling teeth. It takes a lot of, you can't go clobber them over the head, but you have to apply pressure. Telephone, being a bit of a, small nuisance. Um, and to endure. I think there is something further in the future ahead that could yet come about with this case. But there's a great deal of uncertainty because people are afraid. And if this guy did this to her, I'm sure people are worried that he could do it to them. I do think people know. There's a smugness here with this card, with that Nine of Cups. I'm not getting it as a good Nine of Cups. Yeah, this guy does not care. He is a cold person that's capable of pleasing himself, and he doesn't care if it hurts someone else. He really doesn't have that, just isn't moved. Indifferent. He is indifferent. The Hermit. Could it be when he's older? I think he's also probably trying to lay low. Well, I think it could be if he gets remarried and starts another family, he could get hauled in the midst of that, in the midst of being married and trying to move on with his life or quote unquote, that sort of thing. He could be watched. They could then, when they just waiting to take action when they've got their details, and then once they have them there, they go with them. We have a warrant for your arrest. Surprise! It would be unexpected. Oh, the unexpected could happen. He would be blown down. Okay, this has a rocky way yet to go. I think in the years ahead, this man shouldn't sleep too tight at night, because he could get a surprise knock on his door when he thinks that he's gotten on with his life, and you know that he's just going about doing his thing. So that's what I get for her. That's hopeful. That last few cards, that surprised me. That makes me think he best look out. It's going to hit him when he doesn't expect it, and that's the truth. And it will upend his life. He will have to go, I think, and through the legal system about this. And he definitely will know about it when he's done with this life. He's going to know, well, as we all will, every bit of pain we ever caused somebody. Um, so be nice to others. Treat them as you would want to be treated yourself. All right. So justice for Najah, and I hope whoever that nice lady is that I see overhearing a conversation will be encouraged to be brave and do this and come forward. I think she will be, because I think she's got a conscience and she won't be able to sleep, no one, with what she heard. So let's just watch this space. I'm usually pretty good at assessing this. Um, I don't think it's going to be this year or next year. I would love to be surprised, but I do think within the next 5 years, that kind of feels like something as a strong possibility, with the temperance, no, the tower card, I'm sorry, coming for him. And what else was with that? I just see a man that's abusive. He could be abusive with ever any other woman that he's going to be with. He's a control freak. That is not going to change. When you get the devil, that means you are in deep. You are deep in toxicity, and you need to get away from it. And that's what I got with that man. He's a toxic man. So, women, be warned of that individual. Whoever the name of the person that she was with, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, he's bad news. And I don't think he will always be around um, free from what he's taken and done to her. All right. If you appreciate readings like this, please give me a thumbs up. Thank you.